Welcome to Paul's Kitchen to Chef Paul, with me, Chef Amy.
Hi.
Today we're going to be doing some really amazing food today. Amy, we're making Philly cheesecake, but instead of having it on a bun, we're just going to have it without the bun.
Philly cheesesteak, you mean?
Yeah, Philly cheesesteak. So this leads to a really serious issue we have. Today and yesterday, I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me they've had major issues after eating something with a cheese sauce. And it's true. And that's because most of us will have a little bit of milk in our cereal, a little bit of milk in our coffee, and that's about it. We don't drink milk. The price of it's a little hard to afford to do that all the time. But even still, that's all we need. And then you go to a restaurant, you get something really creamy, and then you get something really creamy, and they're using heavy cream, they're using full fat milk, and now you're having issues. You might be forming some lactose intolerance, and part of that is, honestly, milk isn't necessarily the best thing for your stomach. It doesn't process or break down as easily as everything else does. Once you hit 30, then it starts to become more of a problem than if you have diabetes, if you have IBS, gallbladder taken out, other issues, something with your liver, your kidneys. It becomes a serious issue. So this is why Amy and I switched to what we use oat milk, but you can get almond milk. It's really, really good. So I'm going to start pouring in. I'm going to actually use quite a bit of extra virgin olive oil because we're going to make a little bit of a roux. And yes, you are allowed to use this. It's actually better than using butter. And that's more oil than I'm used to doing, and I'm not deep frying by any means. So we're going to turn the oven on here, and then we're going to...
The stove.
And we're going to let this heat up a bit. And we're not going to use flour, we're going to use cornstarch, which is better for somebody with an IBS, somebody that has those dietary issues. And we're going to be using oat milk, which is a little better for you. So we're going to wait until this heats up, and then we're going to start to do this. Now I'm going to put some spices in here, so we're going to make this taste really, really good. And then we're going to use some cheese. Now this isn't the regular cheese that you get when you go down the aisle and then you get the cheap blocks of cheese. That's garbage, and guys, that's not real cheese. That's a cheese-like product. There's a difference. There's a reason why they're not allowed to label this cheese anymore, because technically it's not. It is cheaper, and I get that. But Amy, what can you tell the difference between deli cheese and the block cheese?
It tastes better.
Absolutely. It is 100% better. If you're going to rely on things like Velveeta, it's not so good. Now, I could go out and buy a 2-liter thing of milk if I wanted to. This is homemade. We have a nut milk maker. This is really awesome, actually. We put in and if you're thinking about making your own, it's, great. We put in about a cup of oats, bunch of water, 2 dates to sweeten up. You don't have to. 30 minutes later, we have milk. I mean, that's pretty awesome, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really, really awesome. I think that is one of the best things you can do, and it's cheaper. Now, you can buy it, though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's start to heat up. So I'm going to put in about 3 spoonfuls of cornstarch. Normally, I would probably just do flour, but we're not. And this is going to turn into one heck of an amazing cheese sauce, and one that everybody can eat. You want to take a moment, you would just want to stir this in, because you don't want mouthfuls of cornstarch. You don't want that at all. Starting to heat up here. Now I'm going to start adding some spices so that will start to heat up here. course, we want our ground black pepper. And this is going on cheesesteak, so... Which I'm going to spur you from watching us cook the steak, because you don't really care. And if you don't know how to cook that by now, then I want you to cook it the way that you're happy. So we're going to put some turmeric in, some smoked paprika. Smoked paprika and chipotle pepper is what we're putting in. Now, if you are very intolerant to any heat whatsoever, don't add it. Then we're going to put in some applewood. If you guys don't have this, I can't tell you enough.
Get it.
Get it. It's amazing. Then I'm going to put in some ginger spice. I understand this is going to be a really weird combination for putting in a cheese sauce, but trust me, it's going to go good. And then garlic powder. That's about a tablespoon of that. Now I'm going to stir this in here. And then when I start putting the milk in here, it should combine a lot better and give off a really good taste. Now everything mixed pretty good. Now I'm going to put some milk in. I made this milk a little bit ago, so it's I know it looks a little weird, but with this, it breaks up a little bit. You just have to stir it up a bit and you're fine. And that's all I'm going to use for milk. The rest of that can go in the fridge. When we get a minute, not a big deal.
Yeah.
We're going to start stirring this. Then after that, we're going to cook the steak. But again, we're not going to show you cooking the steak. You guys should know how to do that by now. Cook it the way you like it. We want ours medium rare. Amy's going to cook us up some potatoes in the air fryer. And then maybe some corn, steak, and then our cheese sauce. All right, now. And we're going to cook our steak with the onion. We're not putting in the sauce. Now, you're not going to dump all the cheese in all at once because it's not going to melt that fast. A lot of people would use flour instead of cornstarch. You don't need to. Flour, if you have issues with your stomach, is not a good thing. Cornstarch will work perfectly fine. You can use butter if you want. That's not a big deal. Butter is actually perfectly fine, but one of the two, either butter or extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is the best one to use. Butter is too, but for the sake of somebody else that might have other restrictions, I'm going to sit and say that I would rather you use the extra virgin olive oil. And see how thick this is?
Yeah.
Pretty thick.
It looks really good.
You just want to make sure you mix it in. Then I'm going to take this and move this out of my way. So I'm going to take this off the heat here in a second. And this is what making cooking great again is all about, guys.
And taste test.
Just going to give it a quick taste test. These are most people have most of this. Yeah, this tastes good. Got a little bit of spice to it.
Looks good.
And it is going to be nice and cheesy. And the difference between getting deli cheese versus the block, this is your difference. It's going to taste better. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. And you know what? I'm not going to show you the steak. It's not necessary, but that's what we're going to use this on. But this is basically it. You want a nice cheese sauce. If you want to use this on macaroni and cheese,
yeah,
lasagna, that's it And this is going to be so much easier in your stomach, I
Yeah.
promise. So guys, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And for those of you who did the last video, Amy wants to show you. Isn't her jumping jacks awesome, guys?
No.
I think they are. Amy, good job. So we love you, and we'll see you next time.